SADC institutions and how they work, a Zim Papers explainer. SADC is not just a loose grouping of countries in the Southern African region. It is a well-structured organization with 8 principal institutions and organs expertly positioned to execute its mandate. The institutions came into life at an extraordinary summit held on the 9th of March 2001 in Windhoek, Namibia, where the heads of state and government approved a report on the review of operations of SADC institutions. The 8 principal institutions and organs making up SADC comprise of the Summit of Heads of State and Government, the SADC Parliamentary Forum, the Council of Ministers, the Organ on Politics, Defense and Security Cooperation, Sectoral A Cluster Ministerial Committees, the SADC Secretariat, Standing Committee of Officials, and the SADC National Committees. Heads of State or Government Summit. This institution is responsible for the overall policy direction and control of functions of the organization. It is made up of all SADC heads of state or government and is managed on a troika system comprising of the current SADC Summit chairperson, the incoming chairperson, deputy chairperson at the time, and the immediate previous chairperson. The troika system operates at the level of the summit, the Organ on Politics, Defense, and Security, the Council of Ministers, and the Standing Committee of Senior Officials. Application of 2 troikas at the level of the Standing Committee of Senior Officials, which comprises permanent or principal secretaries or accounting for government offices, ministries or departments, and at the level of the Organ on Politics, Defense, and Security Cooperation is referred to as the double troika. The summit meets once a year around August or September in a member state where a new chairperson and deputy are elected. The Secretariat. This is the principal executive arm of SADC responsible for strategic planning, coordination, and management of SADC programs. It is also responsible for the implementation of decisions of SADC policy and institutions, such as the Summit, the Troikas, and Council of Ministers. The Executive Secretary heads this institution and is guided by institutional vision and mission. The structure of the Secretariat, as approved on the 28th of February 2008 in Lusaka, Zambia, comprises of the Executive Secretary, with the Organ on Politics, Defense and Security, Internal Audit and Risk Management, Communication and Public Relations, Gender and Macroeconomic Surveillance. Deputy Executive Secretary for Regional Integration, who oversees trade, industry, finance and investment, infrastructure and services, food, agriculture and natural resources, social and human development and special programs and policy planning and resource mobilization. Deputy Executive Secretary for Corporate Affairs, whose portfolio includes budget and finance, human resources and administration, conference services, procurement, legal affairs and information and communication technology. Council of Ministers. This institution oversees the functioning and development of the Southern African Development Community SADC and ensures that policies are properly implemented. The Council consists of ministers from each member state, usually from the Ministries of Foreign Affairs, Economic Planning, or Finance. It meets twice a year in January or February and immediately prior to the summit in August or September. Organ on Security, Defense and Security. The organ is managed on a troika basis and is responsible for promoting peace and security in the region. It steers and provides member states with direction on matters threatening peace, security, and stability in the region. It is coordinated at the level of summit and consists of a chairperson, incoming chairperson, and outgoing chairperson, and reports to the SADC Summit chairperson. The SADC Summit and Organ Troika Summit are mutually exclusive. The chairperson of the organ does not simultaneously hold the chair of the summit. The organ structure, operations, and functions are regulated by the Protocol on Politics, Defense, and Security Cooperation. Like the summit chair, the organ chair rotates on an annual basis. National Committees. This institution provides inputs at national level in the formulation of regional policies and strategies, as well as coordinate and oversee the implementation of programs at national level. The committees are also responsible for the initiation of SADC projects and issue papers as an input into the preparation of regional strategies. It is made up of key stakeholders from government, private sector, and civil society in each member state, and a provision for their establishment is reflected in the SADC Treaty. One such committee is the SADC Committee of Ambassadors and High Commissioners. Committee of Ambassadors and High Commissioners. The committee was established by Council of Ministers on the 25th of February 2005. In February 2012, the SADC Council of Ministers met and revised the terms of reference for the committee, which were approved. Under the revised terms, the functions of the committee are as follows. Advise the SADC national committees on issues related to the implementation of SADC programs and activities. Facilitate interaction and consultations between member states and the SADC Secretariat. Consider matters related to the implementation of the Regional Indicative Strategic Development Plan, or ISDP, and the Strategic Plan of the organ, SIPO, and make appropriate recommendations to the SADC national committees. Follow up the implementation of Council decisions and carry out any other functions at the behest of Council. Senior Officials Standing Committee. This is a technical advisory committee to the Council of Ministers, which meets twice a year. It consists of one permanent, principal secretary, or an official of equivalent rank from each member state, preferably from a ministry responsible for economic planning or finance. The chairperson and vice-chairperson of the Standing Committee are appointed from the member states holding the chairpersonship and vice-chairpersonship of the Council. SADC Administrative Tribunal. SADC Administrative Tribunal SADCAT was established by a resolution of the SADC Summit meeting held in Gaborone, Republic of Botswana, on the 18th of August 2015 pursuant to Article 9.2 and 10.6 of the SADC Treaty. The institution has jurisdiction to hear and determine labor disputes between SADC Secretariat or any of its institutions as an employer and an employee. This includes a dispute relating to the contract of employment of a staff or to the terms of appointment of such staff member. The tribunal is headed by an elected judge president and vice president who are assisted by a secretariat. SADC Parliamentary Forum. This is a regional interparliamentary body composed of members of parliament from SADC member state national parliaments representing over 3,500 parliamentarians. Established by the SADC Summit on September 8, 1997, the forum consists of presiding officers and a maximum of 5 representatives elected by the national parliament of each member state. The aim of this forum is to provide a platform to support and improve regional integration through parliamentary involvement and promote best practices in the role of parliaments in regional integration and cooperation. The SADC Parliamentary Forum does not have a reporting relationship to Summit and other SADC institutions, but works together with them on matters of common interest.
We hope you enjoyed this explainer brought to you by Zimpapers Digital. Please don't forget to like and subscribe for more.